Hey everyone, good afternoon. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to tonight's live stream. You guys, I could not stick to a schedule if my life depended on it. I swear I have already postponed this live stream twice already and I'm still late. But that's the life when you're a mom. It's just that's the way it is. So I'm here now. That's all that matters. You guys, thank you so much for joining me. We have a jam-packed evening ahead. So it's going to be a little bit of a longer one. If you are catching the live portion of this, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. But if you can't watch the whole thing and you want to come back and join in on the conversation, or you're watching the replay, there will be timestamps down below. Like I said, this will be a little bit of a longer one just because I have a lot of different things I kind of want to talk with you guys about. So, and I know not everyone is into that type of longer format when it comes to live streams. Some people like things kind of cut, down a little bit. So I'm going to put the timestamps if you want to kind of skip around afterwards and join in on the conversation. The first portion of this live stream, we're going to be talking about Mr. Joesph Morris. Now, if you are not familiar with him, he is the guy that I put in my thumbnail, and he is a content creator here. We're going to get into it a little bit more here in just a few minutes, but that's what we're going to do for the first portion of this live stream. Now, the second portion of this live stream, I'm going to do a Q&A, you guys, which is something I've never done over here before, and I don't know why, but I asked you guys over on social media and on my community post to ask me anything, and you did, and y'all had some really good questions. So I'm excited to kind of go through those and just kind of hang out with you guys. And yeah, y'all get to know me a little bit better. And then before we end the stream, I got a couple of updates for you guys when it comes to just life updates and channel updates. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. I know I have not really been posting this last week, but even though there's nothing on the channel for this week yet, don't worry, you guys. Stuff is coming. A lot of stuff is coming. A lot of awesome stuff. So don't worry. I'm really excited about it. Before we get into the stream, I want to go ahead and turn over to the chat. Can everybody hear me okay? I got a new adapter and that hooks right up to my router. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, because you guys know I have the worst live streaming luck. Worst luck ever. So I'm hoping that it goes smoother tonight and that the connection's good. You guys can hear me good and you can see the videos that I want to watch with you guys and talk about. That's what I'm hoping. We're gonna keep our fingers crossed on that one. Hey everybody. Pearls of Paragon, Kate. I hope I said that right. Hello. Hey Kelly, thank you so much for being here. Always busy. Hi, everyone. I'm here listening. Just busy wrestling these damn kids to bed. Girl, I feel you. You aren't telling me nothing. I just got all of mine down for the night, and my baby's still in there moving around. So hopefully she, I don't keep her up. That's another reason I was a little late. That's just the way life is, though, when you're a mom. If you're a mom or a parent in general, you get it. Hey, the Dark Musician, thank you so much for being here. Crown with Glory, Miss Janae, thank you so much for being here. I haven't seen you in a stream in a while. It is so good to see you got your face. I just want to make sure I catch everybody. Hey, Ash, I'm just going to say Ash because I'm scared I'm going to say Ashera. Hey, Ash, thank you for being here. He is the worst. He is the worst. Okay, so Joesph Morris, as I stated, he is a content creator. And for those of you, I know that if you're like me, I know pretty much everyone at this point is following the Gabby Petito case. There's a lot that's happened in a very short period of time on that case. And the thing is, there's a lot of, controversies around the case as well, because it is getting a lot of attention and a lot of people are reporting on it, not just, here on YouTube, but also the news, just everywhere. It's everywhere right now. And it's good that it has all that attention, but it also brings up the conversation that why is there not attention like that on other cases, which I can completely understand, and I get where people are coming from. In my personal opinion, I do feel like the reason why there is so much more attention on this particular case is because Gabby and Brian had a internet presence already. You know, Gabby was working on her blog and doing all of these things on social media and really trying to get things going. So she already had a social media presence. She already had you know, somewhat of a viewership, a fan base, if you will. I think she had, or yeah, she has like over 700,000 followers on Instagram. So I do think that that plays a big role in this. And then just the twists and turns of this case alone is a lot. Like, it's just been a lot in a brief period of time. And because of that, like I said, so many people are following it, so many people are watching it and reporting on it. And we as the viewers, you know, we want to stay updated with what's going on because things are happening so quickly in this case. And there are some really great channels out there that I'm going to leave in the description. If you guys are looking for channels that do give facts on this case and other true crime cases, I will leave that information in the description after this live because there are some good ones. But this guy right here, Joesph Morris, I know my title says this is worse than clickbait, and it's because it is. It's so much worse than clickbait. I have, you know, there's a difference in clickbaiting a title, and then because we as creators, that's what we do kind of. We clickbait things sometimes, but usually it's going to relate to the content you're making. That's just kind of how social media works. You spice it up a little bit to grab the viewer's attention, and then in the video, a lot of times you'll further, you know, explain what you're talking about. Well, with Joesph Morris, he literally only reports on conspiracies and blatant lies, just complete lies. And it's so bad because it's on this Gabby Petito case, which is extremely serious. I mean, this girl lost her life, and this is a huge, very serious case. And what he's doing on his channel, for anyone who is watching, maybe you agree, maybe not, I don't know, but what I believe what he does on his channel is just nasty. It is fully for his own self gain, which is even grosser. And I'm sorry, but I have to call out the hypocrisy and just the nastiness with this one. Now, I originally I thought I was the only one that felt this way until the last few days, because he's grown very quickly. And as a content creator, that's another thing. I can see what he's doing, and he, you know, this is working for him, so he's going to continue doing it, which is the grossest part about this. But I remember the first video I clicked on, and it got me because it was very clickbaity, and I thought it was all this information on the Gabby Petito case. And so I clicked on it, and it was just all lies. Every bit of it, every bit of the information was complete, just conspiracies that people have put out on social media, which is another big thing that's been going on with this case. A lot of people are sharing their thoughts and their conspiracies and what could have happened, because there are a lot of gaps there. But the issue is when the viewers do it, right? It's kind of normal to have the conspiracies with any case, with any topic, in the comment section. That's perfectly normal. But when a content creator is doing it, it's really a problem, because a lot of people turn to the content creator. YouTube is definitely mainstream media today. Like, YouTube plays a big role when it comes to mainstream media, and a lot of people watch certain creators to get their information and believe what they are saying is facts. And up until recently, Joesph Morris wasn't even putting out disclaimers that the stuff he was putting out wasn't real. We are going to show some examples of this. I think there is another channel on here. I'm going to show my screen real quick, and hopefully this works, you guys. Hopefully there's not like a huge lag, because I've worked really hard to try to make it to where we can watch this together. So, but there is another channel on here by the name of Popcorn Planet, which is another channel I have kind of learned about throughout this case. And this is one that I would highly recommend if you are following this case and you want facts. Check out this channel. They do it right. They do it with class, and they give you nothing but the facts. And I really appreciate that with this channel. But he was the first person I seen really calling it out. I was thinking it out, you know, to myself about this Joesph Morris, but he called it out. And that's what really brought this conversation on today, because if I had not seen his video, I knew it was bad, but I knew from the first video, and I didn't click back on his videos. I did not realize how bad it's gotten since. So we're going to watch his video. Shout out to him. Once again, I'm going to tag him in the description if you guys want to go and check him out. But yeah, so we're going to watch this video real quick, and then we're going to talk about it. And I may pause it throughout, you know, throughout the whole video and talk about portions of it and all that good stuff, just so you guys know. Okay, hold on a second. Let me make sure I've got the audio. Let me make sure. Let me remove this. Hold on. Remove this. Okay, stop screen. Share. Share screen. Okay, share system audio. Windows. Sorry, you guys. You know I'm slow. I'm not fast at all. Okay. Did it allow me to? Okay. Now we're going to try to watch this. Let me know if you guys can hear it okay. If there's any type of an echo or anything, let me know and I'll pause it and see if I can't fix it. But I'm pretty sure I've got it. I might have to mute myself. If there's an echo or anything, you guys let me know, okay? I'm going to go ahead and press play on this.
Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor. I know some of you are on your edge of your seats because, yes, apparently we have found Brian Laundrie. I have found, he's right here. Look at him. He's right here. This bald guy with a beard. We have found him. Alert the authorities. Guys, Brian Laundrie is in some YouTube studio near a chimney, and wait a second. No, that's not him.
Okay, hold on just a second. It's going to be laggy anyways. No, let me do it this way. Hold on, you guys. I was hoping that it wouldn't be so bad. Give me just a second. I'm going to try to do something different. Okay, share.
That's not Brian Laundrie.
Whoa.
Oh crap!
Whoa.
I guess I gotta watch the story. What's happening here? Oh crap! That's Joesph.
This guy's so
Morris?
good,
oh,
so
okay.
good. Hold on.
That's Joesph. Sorry. Well, then he must be in the video, right, Vito? Let's look.
Okay, sorry guys. Okay, let me try this one more time. I was hoping it wouldn't be so laggy because I'm literally connected straight to my router. But if it doesn't work, then we'll just kind of talk about it, and I'll show you guys his response, because that's really the thing about this that irritates me the most, is his response to everything. It is so obvious. But if I cannot get this video to work from Popcorn Planet, you guys have to go watch it, because he really does call this guy out and he shows what he's doing. Because there's like one particular video, and I really hope it'll work, but there's one particular video that this Joesph Morris done, and he he used screenshots and receipts that he had found people supposedly sent him as proof, which back in the day you could do that. Back in the day you could say, I've got proof and receipts, and people believed you because that really went really far. But nowadays it is so easy to fake screenshots. It's so easy to just, clip a video and say this is this when reality it's not. And unfortunately, receipts nowadays just aren't what they used to be. It just is the truth. And this guy, Popcorn Planet, actually shows where Joesph Morris had took clips on purpose. Like, he clickbaited this on purpose and gave false information on purpose, knowing that it was false information and selling it as fact. And that is the biggest problem with this creator. I don't believe in cancel culture, and I don't want anyone to go send him hate. This is all just fully my thoughts and opinions. But after seeing how far he's willing to go to get the views. Look, we all love to have views. We all love to get views, and that's a big thing, right? But when it comes to having to do things like this to do it, I'm sorry, it's just not okay. And let me just say too, he is not the only channel doing it right now, but he is one of the biggest channels that's growing rapidly for reporting on false information. And not only is that hurting the case, that's hurting the people following this because they believe what this guy is saying. And so that's giving them misinformation. It's giving the officials a hard time because they have to weed through all of this and find out what's fact and what's not. This is an investigation, and he is hurting the investigation by putting out fake information, fake news, and reporting it as facts. I'm sorry, but that's truly how I feel. Okay, let me see here. I'm going to try to do it this way. I hope it works. Because I really wanted to watch this with you guys, but if not, it doesn't. It is what it is. We're going to try it though, because I had a couple of different windows up. So maybe now that I've limited it down to just my window and one extra window, hopefully it'll work a little bit better. Let me turn to chat real quick. Okay, good. I'm glad you can hear me, Hoot3. Thank you for being here. Sorry for the technical difficulties, you guys. If you've been here for even just a minute, my live streams don't go smoothly. It doesn't matter how hard I try or plan ahead of time. They just don't. That's the joy of live streams, right? Hey, Scooby Don't, thanks for being here. I appreciate you. Kathy Schreiner, thank you so much. Kathy Schreiner says, watched him for a few minutes over the weekend and got the impression that he might be a little slow, maybe. Not trying to put him down if there is a medical condition he suffers from, just an observation. And, that's a possibility. I don't know. All I know is I think no matter what the situation is, I do believe that he has let this go to his head a little bit. And the fact that he's getting views and attention from this, and it's easy to do as a content creator. If it was any other subject other than true crime or the Gabby Petito case, if he was just doing regular content, commentary content, whatever, I mean, yeah, it would still be annoying, but whatever, do you. But the fact that this is an open investigation and a very international one at that, that's where it gets really iffy for me, and it really just outrages me because I do feel like it's a problem. It's very problematic what he's doing, in my personal opinion. But that's just my opinion. So let me try to load this one up, and hopefully, I hope it works. I really do. Give me just a second, you guys. We're going to try this one more time.
Sorry. Let's see. Let's
pause. Pause. Now, I don't know why it's so slow. Maybe it's just I'm starting to think it's just my laptop, to be honest with you guys, because I've bought so many different connections, adapters, everything you can think of, and it's still so slow. Okay, let me try to share it. We're going to try this one more time. I don't have the patience to sit here and just do it over and over. But the thing too that I hate about it is it seems to go perfectly great until I go live, and that's when it is a problem. So we're gonna try this. Okay. Load it up. These guys right here, Popcorn Planet, seriously recommend them, you guys. They are so good, so funny, really, really good. I really like coverage on this case and their coverage on other things as well. That's another thing that's kind of irritating is there's a lot of content creators out there right now that do tons of other different types of content, but at the moment they're only covering the Gabby Petito case, and it just kind of doesn't see that there's a lot of different every little small detail. You know, I don't know. I think, of course, I want to be informed with what this is, and there are a handful that have went live. I don't know what happened. For some reason, it took me out. I don't know why. Okay, let me try this again. Sorry, y'all. Share. I don't know why I did that. That was so weird. Okay. Where is it at? Is this it? I don't want to share the whole screen. Let's see. It's not this one. Okay. Try this again. Hopefully, it don't kick me out. Okay. Make sure it's popping up for you guys. It's being so slow. Okay. It might be a little blurry. Hopefully not too bad. As long as you guys can hear it. All right, let's do this.
A drone appears to show Brian Laundrie leaning up against a tree. The sighting was spotted by eagle-eyed viewer Caitlin Powell, and I was tipped off by this sighting by Heather Burlow. Please, if you see anything, let me know. In a close-up version, it appears as though he is wearing that white backpack, sitting facing left, back up against a tree. Powell in the footage believes that she swears seeing the person look right at the camera, then leans back. This image really did it for me personally.
Are you fucking kidding me? It's just, I am tricking you a little bit because I'm calling this guy out. I'm sorry. I know we're all trying to find the facts. I know we're all very hungry for the facts, and we're all out there eating up everything we can about this story. But excuse me? Excuse me, Joesph Morris. What on earth are you doing here? This is in Vito. Thank you for being here, by the way.
Hi,
I'm sorry.
Okay, so it's being super slow. But as you guys just seen there, basically he like a big thing. Visibly you can face in the looked at that picture, and yeah, if you squint hard enough you can see anything. It's the same thing when it comes to the van picture. If you guys remember that, it was the same thing. If you looked hard enough in the window shield of the van picture, you could see a demon face or a silhouette of a woman's face, things like that. But the thing is your eyes will play tricks on you, and if you look hard enough and you're looking for something specifically, you can see it. I'm not going to sit here and say, because I don't know, right? Only officials know, only the FBI knows. This is an open investigation, and so I'm not going to sit here and speculate on that part of it. Oh wow,
upset me. I don't know. I'm very
worried about this word. But nonetheless, I'm not going to speculate on that part. But either way, I didn't see it. And he literally, this Joesph Morris, puts it on there and says that, you know, it's Brian Laundrie, basically, is what he said. And it's not funny that that's what he's saying. It's just, I think that there are a lot of people following this situation, and it's easy to want to believe, right? Because you want to believe some of the stuff this guy is saying. There was another one where he supposedly Brian Laundrie had live streamed for like 3 seconds on Facebook or something, and all you could see was water. Well, come to find out in this video that just refuses to load for me because live streams hate me. But in the Popcorn Planet video, he exposes the fact that what actually that clip was that this Joesph Morris shared was actually a clip from like a Facebook video of someone catching a fish. And this Joesph Morris took a video of someone from Florida catching fish, and he clipped just the first 3 seconds of it and said, oh, this is from Brian Laundrie. You guys, that is a problem. That is a huge, huge problem. I'm sorry, but it is. When he was called out on what he was doing, he laughed about it. He thinks it's funny. This is entertaining to him. Now, since Popcorn Planet's video has came out, Joesph has put out some, if you want to call it a statement, and I'm working on getting that up now. But it basically just stated that he apologized, that as he grows as a content creator, he's learning from his mistakes, and that now he is trying to make sure to put in his videos that everything is his opinion. Don't take it as facts. Gather your own thoughts, which is what we're supposed to do as commentary people. That is what we're supposed to do. But he did not do that up until recently. He was definitely selling what he had to say as facts. And I hate that, because now that he's been called out on it, he's trying to make it out as if, oh, well, you know, it's a learning mistake. I made a mistake. I'm learning from it, you know, yada, yada, yada. When in reality, he's been on the platform, you guys, for 9 years. So it's not like this is his first rodeo. He knows what he's doing. He's doing it on purpose. He laughed about it. He thought it was funny. It's not funny. It's absolutely gross. It's hurting the case. It's hurting the people watching the case, because they don't know what to believe or who to believe anymore. And it's just bullshit that people like this guy is the one that is gaining all of these views and money, revenue off of this, because a lot of his videos they have ads on them. And you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. He was at, I don't remember, I think maybe 30,000 subscribers, you guys, maybe even less than that. We're going to look at his views. That I can share. I may not be able to play much of a video, unfortunately, because for some reason it's lagging so badly. But we can look at his YouTube channel, and we're going to look at his YouTube channel. Hold on a second. Okay. So let me pop it up here. As you can see, he has 122K subscribers, and he gained majority of these subscribers in the last week and a half. And just to give you guys an example, for those of you who are not familiar with this guy, okay, let's look at some of these. So he's got interview with Dog the Bounty Hunter's daughter Lissa, breaking news. Let's look inside the campsite, and you can see where he's got it circled here. Possible Brian Laundrie sighting right here. Let's see. Some of them are really, really bad, y'all. Some of them aren't as bad. Like, I think the first one I ever seen, it wasn't that bad. Most of it was factual. It was stuff I'd already heard. But I did think that he was really good at reporting. I think he is a great reporter. I just think that he's going about this all the wrong way. And I don't think he has to do all of this to get views, if that is indeed what this is all about. It's just gross, man. Let's see some more of his here. Let's just click on them. Videos. I want to show you guys his statement too. I watched him do this yesterday as he was making and hand over fist. I called him out and he hid me. Then I got blocked. Really? Wow. Ash, that's crazy. Wow. But just to give you guys an idea, just real quick, and then we'll look at his statement. Torres claims he saw Mad Brian Laundrie alone at the bar. Oh, you guys, this is gross. This is so gross. Oh, this one right here is especially my favorite. Deep sarcasm, by the way. Gabby Petito was beaten to death, says John Walsh. John Walsh did make a statement, but I think that it was him assuming, which isn't much better because, once again, it's that false information that's just really giving people misinformation in this case, and that's not helping anyone. But this guy took it and ran with it, you know, and it's just bullshit. This one he found at crime scene and he put burned. When I seen this original video, this younger couple had went to the site where they found Gabby Petito's body, and they were filming it or whatever. It was like a burned area close to it, with ashes and things like that. But you should have heard these people talking. It really outraged me. Just the things they were saying. It was so insensitive and gross, and it was just wrong. And there's a number of things it could have been. It could have Oh, I'm super frustrated, you guys. I don't know why this is doing this. It's every single time. It's annoying to me because every single time I try to share the like an extra window or anything like that, it'll do this. So I'm not going to be able to put up any other window, unfortunately, and I'm going to have to probably just try to clip this for you guys. But you get the gist of what I'm basically stating here is this guy is really no good news. I think if he would, I'm going to turn to chat and see what you guys are saying about him, but I think if he would change the way his style of reporting, I think he would actually be a really good reporter. And maybe if he was doing different topics than this, I think he would also be good. But in this particular case, I can't get behind it. I can't support it. And you guys will have to go check him out for yourself and gather your own thoughts and opinions on the situation. But it's just really gross behavior. And people who do this, like I said, he's not the only one doing it. And it's just really, really gross. So if you catch, and I call it out whenever I see it. If you guys are following this case and you see other content creators that are like really just stretching this and doing it for the wrong reasons and putting out false information, call them out because they need to be held accountable for it. It's bull crap. It's not okay. Like I said, I don't believe in cancel culture, but you know, a big part of being on YouTube is learning and growing from your mistakes. And I do hope that he grows from this, and I wish him nothing but the best, but this isn't cool. It's not cool at all. So let me go over here. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't know why. Maybe it's this adapter. I thought the adapter would make it better. That was the whole point in using it and having it connected directly to my router. But I don't know. It's not. It seems to be making it worse. Maybe. But now I'm not sharing any windows, so hopefully it won't be too bad. Okay, let's see what I missed. Joseph Morris takes. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Anne. Thank you for sharing that. I didn't even know he had a TikTok. JDL Morris. I'll have to check it out. Is he doing the same thing over there too? He did that today. See? And I'm going to do that on my phone and read you guys his statement since it won't let me do it on my computer for some reason. I should have just went live on my phone, I guess, but I'm going to look it up and read it to you guys real quick. I'm sorry you got yelled at today. He is the next Katie Joy. You think so? I was thinking the same thing because she does, or, you know, very similar. Like I said, there's a lot of channels doing it right now, but he does do the same thing Katie Joy does in the sense of stretching the truth or selling false information as facts and things like that, kind of preaching it as if this is the truth. I've got receipts, I've got facts, and I've never stood for that with anybody. I've always kind of tried to, anyways, pride myself in giving you guys the actual facts. And look, I'm still learning, as we can see, and I've been here for, you know, a little over a year. So it is a learning experience and you're going to make mistakes along the way. And it is what it is at the end of the day. But you have to learn and grow from those mistakes. And you know, when it comes to content creators that don't show growth, it's like at some point it stops being, oh, well, he'll learn next time. And they have to start being held accountable for it. I am no exception. If I was doing this, I would expect you guys to hold me accountable for it. But let's see here. So 2 days ago, he said, "Hi, everyone. I would like to release a statement about my videos as of recently. People are treating them as if they are factual information, but these are user submitted tips that I discuss." That's false right there. Like, I'm already going to call him out because I seen a video from the one I was trying to show you guys, which I will link in the description, of him doing this on purpose. He actually clipped a video and said this was Brian Laundrie. Brian Laundrie went live for 3 or whatever, and he clipped it. So it's not just user submitted tips. I'm not saying none of them are, but not all of them. The purpose of my videos are to increase public knowledge on the case as well as the possible whereabouts of Brian Laundrie, and has radically changed from simply reporting on the news to actually having some closure on this case. Yeah, that's another thing that just doesn't sit right with me. Some closure. How can you have closure on a case if the information you're getting isn't even factual or even close to being factual? I would think that getting closure on a case would be hearing the facts on the case, not false information. But that's just, I don't know, just my opinion. I feel a personal connection with this case now. Everything has happened so fast, and I'm working on being better at reporting as my channel grows. I now repeatedly put out disclaimers in my videos and will begin citing my sources more accurately. Thank you so much on my journey. Yeah, so it has happened really fast for him. I will give him that. He went from being a small channel, much like myself, to like overnight blowing up. And that does happen here quite often. You know, all it takes is that one video, you know. So I do understand he's not used to so many eyes on him, but you can even see if you go to his channel and you look at his comments and things of that nature, there was a lot of people not happy with him. A lot of people were calling him out on his on this, a lot, pretty much almost every comment. So I hope he is genuine, but as from according to you guys, he's still doing it. So yeah, I don't know. He suffers from lying. It looks that way, or at least stretching the truth. Let's see. I used to follow him on TikTok, but after I found out this information, I unfollowed. And you know, and that's the best thing. Like, if you can watch, some people enjoy that type of content, and I would never say, hey, go and subscribe. I just think that it's very dangerous. It's very problematic, especially with this case. And for the people following this case that really want to get the facts and stay up to date on what's actually happening, I don't think he's the guy to go to. Let's see. Popcorn play. Oh, thanks, Kelly. Here's his link here, you guys. Sorry, I'm a little bit behind, but yeah, go check him out if you haven't already. He's really, really good. Did I get a Wi-Fi booster? I did. So I don't know. I'll send you a message, or you can shoot me one. Either way, after the live, we'll figure it out. They did a great job today. See, and I watched half of that. That was another thing, the Britney case. How many of you guys have seen the Netflix series Britney versus Spears? I recently watched that. I actually watched it today. And I also watched the other documentary on Britney as well that came out a few months ago. I think that what they put together was really good. It gave us even more insight into what Britney has really went through, and I really enjoyed it. What did you guys think of it? But I'm gonna have to go watch his coverage because I seen he was doing a video on it, and that's kind of what reminded me that I needed to watch it. So I watched it today. Hey Shyla, thanks for being here. I appreciate you, hardworking woman. Crown with Glory, FBI and police have been diverted enough by the parents. The last they need is more false data creating false leads. Amen, Janae. I agree. Like, it's just, that's the problem, right? Is he's not the only one doing this, but he's definitely adding to the problem, and he is a big part of it. So I think everyone doing it right now just needs to stop unless there's like legitimate information. And here the last few days, sure, there's been like small things here and there. Dog the Bounty Hunter is doing his own thing, and like he's gotten a lot of leads and information, but at the moment there's not a whole lot to report on. So just trying to stretch out this case and for content benefit is weird to me. I don't know. It's just weird to me. I watched him do this yesterday. And he was making money. Oh yeah, I've seen that one. I called him out on it. Okay, yeah, yeah. Good for you for calling him out on it, for real though. Kelly says, it's really sad to see so many creators taking advantage of the situation for their own gain. My faith in humanity dwindles a bit when I come across folks that are doing this. Yeah, and the ones that, me too, Kelly, I agree. The ones that irritate me the most are the ones that will come on and say, over here, we give you nothing but facts. And then they just like give you nothing but conspiracies. Yeah, love those. Those are my favorite. Not really, you guys. Not really at all. On TikTok, he has 48.3 thousand followers and 2.3 million likes. Wow. Has he always, let me ask you, Anik, I hope I'm saying that right. Anik, has he always reported, or has he always done this type of content on his TikTok too? Or is that a recent change since the Gabby Petito case? That's something I'm interested in finding out. I guess I could look it up. Daniel Walker says the problem isn't just Joseph Morris. Any YouTube channel that profit. I agree. You're right. That's what I was just saying. Off of the murder of any innocent person should be ashamed and embarrassed, possibly sued very quickly. It's very immoral. I think I do agree with what you're saying, and that's why I don't really report on things. I did do a quick, what I would say, speed run reporting on this, just to give you guys like the main facts of what's happened. And I've not done one since and I didn't monetize it, or there's no ads on it or anything like that. But the thing is sure, could I put out 10,000 videos every day about it? Absolutely. But I just don't see the purpose in doing that. When there is relevant information to give you guys, or something moves in this case, then, I might pop on and give you guys a quick update. But I do agree that there are a lot of channels that are profiting off not just this case, but many other cases, and doing it in a very nasty way. I think that there is a respectful way to report on things. YouTube is part of mainstream media today, and a lot of people turn to YouTube to get information. So I think it's okay to report on true crime and different cases. I just think that if you're going to do so, you need to be really careful in how you do it. That's what I believe. Okay, so let me catch up with chat, and then we're going to go ahead and turn this over to the Q&A portion of this, since obviously it's not going to let me play any videos. I'm going to try to figure it out and see if I can't get one of my mods to kind of help me get it set up, because like I said, I do got some new equipment I'm using, and maybe I'm just not using it properly, you guys. I never claimed to be a tech savvy person. Shyla said, I think there's a difference between covering this and chatting with your community versus monetizing and making money off of it. Amen, Shyla. I agree. I completely agree. I think it is definitely a case that it's okay to talk about respectfully, and in a setting like this during a live stream or whatever, but monetizing it and putting out false information or clickbaiting a case is just, it's not okay. It's really nasty. Oh, can you guys hear me? I hope you didn't lose audio. Was it Joesph who had the picture of Gabby's face over a blurred autopsy photo? That made me sick and I couldn't watch anymore. Probably. I think so. I'm pretty sure I just seen something like that on his channel while I was looking at it, but I could be wrong. But it wouldn't surprise me. He does things like that, and it's just so gross. Did you guys lose me again? Oh, this was earlier. StreamYard's another thing I want you guys to know. I see Shyla said something about me not seeing the chats. I do get a little bit behind on the chats, but StreamYards too, if you're a creator, then you know what I'm talking about. the way the chat comes in sometimes can be so all over the place, so it's really hard to see. Like right now I'm just now getting updated comments and I had to refresh it to even get them. Now it could possibly also be my connection, but this happens all the time in live stream, and I've heard other creators talking about it too. So I'm sorry you guys, but I am trying to catch up now. If I do miss any of your chats, I do apologize though. Good. I'm glad you can hear me. Good, good, good. Okay, so that's it for that, you guys. Sorry it was a little all over the place, but I did want to briefly talk about it and give you guys my thoughts and hear what you guys have to say about Joesph Morris, because I just think that, and I may even actually, because like I said, there are some more, but I don't, you know, I may actually even put them in the description after this, just some of the ones that I think really need to be reporting on this differently. But yeah, so next I am, oh no, 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 Charlotte. I just wanted to, I didn't think you was shading me. I talk a lot and I don't look at the chat a whole bunch, but comments jump around so much and it takes a long time to refresh, and it's a whole mess. Being a creator is such a mess. So, but we're gonna go ahead now and switch over to the Q&A. If you guys have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the chat. I will try my very best to keep up, you guys. I promise. But I did ask you guys, I said, ask me anything you want to ask me. And y'all asked some really, really good questions, some that I was not even expecting. And I wrote them down just so that I would be able to, look at them quickly, read them out loud, and answer. But I didn't really sit here and give any of them much thought because I wanted to kind of do this with you guys and give you my authentic answer. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Hey, not another housewife. I'm glad you could join us. We're just kind of goofing off now. Streaming's been a little bit of a pain in the butt tonight. I've got some new equipment. I think maybe I'm not using it the best way. But yeah, when we stream, The Dark Musician, when we stream on my channel, it helps to have YouTube open in another tab with it muted. On your laptop, that's good to know. I'll have to try that. Thank you for letting me know, The Dark Musician. I appreciate it. Let's see. I read my chat backwards sometimes from bottom to top. Me too. It kind of comes in just all different ways. So I read it as it comes in. I do try to scroll up though as much as possible without getting too far behind. And yeah. So True Helper, I'm so glad you're here. I'm happy I finally caught a live. Thank you for having us, Wildflower Tea. This chat seems chill and welcoming. It usually is. It's usually not bad at all. I have awesome mods. I did have a stream a few weeks back when I was talking about Trisha Paytas stuff, and the Trisha trolls, man, they came in hot and heavy, gave all of my viewers a hard time. It was awful. But since then, it's been pretty chill. And that was the one and only time it's happened. So I'm glad you could make it, though, True Helper. I appreciate you being here. So, okay. I almost always forget to click live chat instead of top chat. Yeah, it's easy to do. There's so many things about live streaming. There's so many technicalities that go into it. And if you're not a creator or if you don't stream a lot, then you wouldn't know that. But like I said, I've been on YouTube technically for a year and a half, but I haven't really been doing YouTube consistently and really doing it the right way, being committed to it, should I say, but for 9 months. So, and in that time period, I used to not live stream at all. I just recently started really live streaming. And live streaming is definitely one of those things you have to do quite regularly before you really get the hang of it and it starts feeling kind of natural and stuff. It just is. That's just the way it is. Everybody's different too. But yeah. You saw my tweets about the Trisha situation. Okay. Okay, guys. So, like I said, if you have any questions that you want me to ask or answer, feel free to leave them in the chat. But I'm going to go ahead and start the Q&A portion. These are really, really good. To everybody, shout out to everybody that asked these questions. They're really good questions, and I appreciate you guys so much for asking them. So the first one, and this isn't in any particular order, is what is a skill or talent you're most proud of? Skill or talent that I'm most proud of? I'm trying to think. Well, I've always been really good at writing. Like, I do a lot of poetry and songwriting. I do like to sing as well. It's never something I've done as a profession, but I do enjoy doing it. And that's something I've always kind of having those writing skills really does help you, especially in social media and things like that. Being able to, have writing skills and being able to be, literate and hold yourself professionally, it goes a long way. And so I guess that's kind of a big skill for me. I think I've always been a really social person. I've always done really good with like public speaking and holding myself as, professionally and being able to do things like that. Um, I mean, I have off days just like anyone else, but that is something I kind of pride myself in. And I've always been told that I have a really good, like, speaking voice, if that makes sense. I don't know. I don't think I do, but I've had a lot of people say that. Um, I'm trying to think of what else. I guess that's what I would say. And being a mom, I think being a mom is also I think being a mom is a talent and very skillful. I think you need to have a lot of skills in order to be a good mom, So it always comes back to being a mom, you guys. BTU, then you was at my first live stream, then you can let the folks know just how far we've come because my first stream was such a mess. And still to this day, you guys, like I said, it doesn't matter how much I set up, something's gonna happen. Something's gonna happen during a stream. It's never gonna be perfect. It just never is. But I appreciate you being here, BTU. You have been here basically since the beginning, especially when it comes to my commentary career, if you will. BTU's been here for a hot minute. I really do appreciate your support so much. True Helper says, them dang trolls be looking like a bunch of busted Peter Griffins. Pardon my French, of course. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. Wow. Thank you, BTU. I appreciate you. You're so awesome. Okay, so the next question. What has been one of your biggest obstacles you've overcome, and how did you overcome it? Wow, that is a big question. So, this is one that I kind of gave a little bit of thought to while I was writing it down. And it's also something I've not opened up about a great deal on this channel. As some of you guys may know, I do have a second channel. It's a podcast channel. We are getting it up and going as we speak. There's been a little bit of delay, which I'm going to get to after this Q&A, just some random updates for you guys. But yeah, so it is coming. It's in the works as we speak. And I'm going to open up a lot more over there on personal stuff. But for the sake of this question and this Q&A, I think one of the biggest obstacles I've ever had to overcome is my addiction, which, like I said, I have been open about. I was an addict for almost 6 years, and I've been sober now for over 5 years, completely sober, no relapses, no nothing. And, it's one of those things I've always wanted to open up with you guys about and talk to you guys about and just, be more transparent and personal. But I also do worry as well because I know there's a lot of people out there who are very judgmental. And I know that I can't walk around on eggshells for everyone because I can't make everyone happy. But I've kind of just worked really hard to give this particular channel to be a safe space for everyone to share their thoughts and opinions. And I try to be really professional and just make sure that I'm giving you guys facts. And I don't know, I feel like I'm in my head a lot. I overthink things so much. But the biggest reason why I made a second channel is because I wanted a place where I could have more real world and real life conversations with you guys. And I just didn't feel like it fit here on this channel. I felt like it was going to get really disorganized, and like a lot of people probably wouldn't be interested in hearing that side of things or hearing from other people, because I do have guests coming on. In fact, for my very first episode, we have a very, very special guest who's going to be coming on. And just to give you guys a small sneak peek, we are going to be going into a little bit more of my addiction story, but and my point of view as an addict and someone that was in active addiction. But I'm going to have a guest on as well from a different point of view, from someone who isn't an addict and was in love with an addict, because it is a different dynamic. There are a lot of similarities when it comes to emotions and what you go through, but it's completely different. And I am all about showing you guys different points of views on things. So I just think that's going to be a really good podcast. I'm really stoked about it, and I cannot wait for you guys to see them. I really, really can't. But yeah, I would say that's probably one of the bigger things I've ever came. Okay, I missed a few of these. Oh, thank you for sharing, Kelly. Yep, here's my link here. Kelly's the best mod ever. I appreciate all my mods, but yeah. That is so freaking great. I'm in recovery too, and like you, I've not had any relapses. It is hard. If someone can judge you for that, then they can suck it. And you don't need them. You're right. You're absolutely right. I just want to make sure that I put it in the right place. And I think the podcast is going to be the perfect place for it. Deep breaths and happiness is something I've put a lot of thought into, you guys. And it's going to have a little bit of everything. We're going to have the tea over there. It's just going to be a little different. It's going to be like current world events and things that's going on in the news, and we will touch on social media things. We will touch on things that are going viral, but the majority of the podcast will be having sincere personal conversations about mental health, addiction, so many different things. The sky's the limit. The sky is truly the limit. So I'm excited for it. God bless you, Wildflower Tea. I'm an addict as well. I've been in recovery and a sponsor for roughly 2 decades. What? That is freaking awesome, True Helper. There's no shame in sharing your truth in recovery. It empowers all of us, in my opinion. I agree. And like I said, it's something from the very beginning I knew I wanted to do. I'm just very much one of those types of people. I'm being fully transparent with you guys. I stay in my own head so badly. And I held myself back for a long time, but it's something I've always wanted to talk about more. There's a lot to my story, and I think that it could help others, a lot that I've never shared, and I'm really excited about it. And I'm also really excited to hear other people's stories and give other people a platform to, be as raw and open and transparent. And it's really good therapy for yourself too, to let it out like that. And just, if it could help just one person, even just one person, then it's worth it to me. Truly. Okay, let's see. Thank you for being here, Elegant Mind. Will you be doing more Slayton videos? I will be doing more Slayton videos. I've actually got one coming very soon. The only reason I haven't put one up recently is because really there's not a whole bunch going on. I think the last Slayton video I did was like 2 weeks ago, something like that. But I do have one coming very soon that's going to be the things you didn't know about the Slayton sisters. So stay tuned for that. I am going to try to have it up by next week. I have a lot of content that I'm working on this week, but next week for sure. So stay tuned for that. Okay. Now, thank you, BTU. Proud of you and anyone who is overcoming addiction. I was on the other side. That's yeah. And I think the thing is with addiction is there's so many different roles, right? So you're either someone who loved an addict or does love an addict, it could be a brother, a sister, a spouse, a whatever, or you are an addict. But I think everyone has been affected by addiction in some form. And I think all of us have something we can add to that conversation. And that's why I think it's really important to look at all different points of views when it comes to not just addiction. Like I said, mental health. I do feel like mental health and addiction kind of goes hand in hand in a lot of instances. And there's just a wide variety of real life situations where seeing things from other points of views can really help you to learn and grow. And it helped me. It definitely did. So next question here. This is kind of like a 3-part question, but it says, how old are you? I'm 30 years old, you guys. How many kids do you have? I say this all the time, but I am a mother of 3. And things that make me truly happy. So the obvious answer, of course, is my children, my family, my husband. They make me so happy. They are the reason, they're truly the reason I do anything I do. And of course, you guys as well. Like, this is the one thing I do for myself, my channel. And I really appreciate all of you guys. It's been awesome to kind of connect with you guys and get to know some, have conversations and just be able to build a conversation community over here. It's a great feeling. And I really appreciate all of you guys so much. Outside of that, let me think. Other things that make me happy. Honestly, I'm a very simple person. I really am. Like, it doesn't take much to make me happy. I'm just happy. Like, as long as I have my loved ones around, I'm happy. I'm not a materialistic person. I never really have been. And yeah, I don't know. I've lost a lot of people in my lifetime that are really close to me. So I've just learned to appreciate the life I have and not spend it complaining, you know? Okay. I'd love to join you if you ever. Ooh. See, this is what I mean. Chat goes crazy. Let me go back up. I was in the middle of reading True Helper's comment and it just went shoosh. Hey, Bliss Chris, thanks for being here. And see, now there's all these. That's what it does. It'll refresh and then there will be so many different comments. Okay. True Helper said, I'd love to join you if you'd ever have me. All self-inviting aside. Sponsorship truly has helped me stay sober and made my life better. I love helping others in recovery if I can, of course. Absolutely, True Helper. Anytime. I don't know if you have Instagram or Twitter, but if you do, my name is the same everywhere, Wildflower T. I think on Instagram it's an extra A, but I will link all of my socials in the description after this live too. Message me private message me and we'll work something out. But I would absolutely love to have a conversation with you. And yeah. Thank you. I would love to see them. Not much longer. I promise. They're coming. I also have, I've done some community posts if you're subscribed. I also have some Amberlynn and a deep dive on Amberlynn coming out before this week is up, before the end of the weekend. And I have a deep dive on Becky coming out too. And I think you guys will be, for those of you who, kind of stay in the loop with Amberlynn Reed and Becky. I think you guys will be pleasantly surprised because I've looked all over the place and I have not seen anyone kind of make the points that I made in my video. And you guys know, I don't know, I just do things a little differently on my channel. So it's not going to be a huge bashing fest. I do point out hypocrisies and I point out, all of those things, hold people accountable. But I think it's a good conversation. I can't wait to hear what you guys think. Kelly says, anyone who shares a part of their story, no matter what that is so brave, in my opinion. It takes courage to put a piece of yourself out there. It does. And it can be really scary too. And I think that's like a big part of why it took me so long to make the decision. But my heart kept going back to the fact that was a big part of what I wanted to do. And I kind of felt like, over here, one of the questions, I guess that's the next question I can ask you or, say out loud, because it kind of goes into what I'm saying now. Somebody asked, why do I hide behind an avatar? And I love this question. They were worried that they were going to offend me. It's not offensive at all. I love this question. So the biggest reason I hide behind, I don't really hide behind an avatar. I post my socials everywhere. So on my Instagram, there's a big old picture of me. There's pictures of my children, my family. So I'm not hiding. Same thing over on Twitter. Like, I don't hide, but I am very careful with the information I put out publicly, because I know that even though this is something I'm choosing to do, it's not my family's choice, right? So my kids' choice or anything like that. And I do worry like sharing too much information can affect them in some way. And that's like a really big concern of mine. It always has been. And that is one of the biggest reasons I've always tried to keep it pretty surface level over here and very professional. Just for the simple fact that when my kids get older, or, whatever the situation, I want them to be able to look back and not be embarrassed by their mother, or something stupid I may have done on the internet. So I don't share too much personal stuff. But I've also, as I've grown as a creator, I've learned that there can be a good medium where I can share things that I feel could actually help others. And I can do so in a way that's still professional and, be more present with you guys and more personal, and allow you guys in a little bit more to get to know me without telling you guys everything. You know what I'm saying? And that's no shade towards any of my subscribers. You guys are all awesome. But you know what I mean? When you create content, it has the potential of reaching millions upon millions, and you have to be careful the information you put out, because it can and will be held against you. People will dox you. People will go, it's crazy. It's just crazy over the smallest things. So I've seen it happen to too many people, and it's just something that I myself wasn't willing to go through. And I've tried to be very, very professional in the way that I handle myself over here and the way that I run things on my channel. I've made mistakes in the past, and it is what it is. But yeah, so that's why. Okay, next question is, what inspired you to start your channel? And I know I sound like I don't know, I feel like I sound so silly, but what made me want to start my channel is actually my son, my 8-year-old son. I was a viewer of YouTube way before I ever started YouTube, and my son as well. He watches YouTube, and he used to say to me all the time, because back then I watched a lot of like beauty content and things like that, and he was really into gaming stuff, and he he would tell me all the time, Mom, you should start a YouTube channel. You should start a YouTube channel. And it's something that I was already kind of thinking in the back of my head, and like thinking it would be cool to try to do, but I didn't know what I would do, honestly. And one day, out of the blue, after he had like literally said something 1,000 times about it, just out of the blue, one day we sat down and he did my makeup. And it was like a 30-minute video, you guys, my first ever video, 30 minutes long. And it was so good. I laughed so hard. And I just thought it was so funny. And to begin with, when I first initially like shared it to YouTube, I just shared it so that I could like send it over. It was too long to like upload other places without being really slow. So initially, I just uploaded it so I could share it on other platforms. And then my son went crazy. He was like, "Oh my gosh, you're a YouTuber now and you have a YouTube channel and yada, yada, yada." And he just thought it was the coolest thing ever. You guys, on orientation, he told his teachers, he tells his friends all the time, "My mom's a YouTuber." And it's super cute. It's just, I don't know. And it makes, he's proud of it, you know? So yeah, definitely my son. He definitely pushed me into doing it. I wanted to do it already, but he definitely kind of gave me that nudge I needed, that little leap of faith to go ahead and do it. And I'm really, really glad I did. True helper. Wow, 30. I suddenly feel like I need a cane and bifocals now. Thanks for that, youngin. Oh god. Hey, I figured people would think it's old. But, you know, age is nothing but a number anyways. Kimberly, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you could pop by. I'm late but not late and needing a pregnancy test late. What? Oh, what? Hold on. I'm late but not late and needing. Oh, okay. Woo. Okay. The first time I read that, I was like, what? That's hilarious. FYI, it's the real me this time. Kimberly. Yeah, Kimberly got trolled pretty hard in the last stream. I'm so sorry, Kimberly. I am very, very thankful that you came back though, even after the abuse. I loved embarrassing my mom at school. I loved embarrassing my mom too. Or well, when I got a little bit older, but with my son, it doesn't embarrass me. I think to myself, you know, I'm really not that big, you know. But it does when he tells the teachers. Now, when he tells the teachers and stuff, of course they think it's adorable. But I'm like, you know, oh, he's so cute, you know. But his friends, when he tells his friends, I know he's doing it because he's proud of me, you know, because when you tell your friends things, you're like, hey, this, hey, that, you know. So, yeah, I won the Clone War. You did. You did. Yeah, we are all old. We're all old. But hey, you only live one life, right? Okay. What's the next one? How did you grow your channel? So like I was kind of stating earlier, when I first initially came on, for like the first 6 to 7 months that I was on YouTube, I did beauty content and lifestyle type content. I would do like vlogs and things like that. And I really enjoyed doing that type of content. But it did kind of get old because I'm not an MUA. I'm not a makeup artist. And, you know, I love makeup and I love, you know, snazzing, you know, dressing up and all of that. But you're just very limited in the beauty space on what type of content you can do. And I hated being put in this box. And so initially, the very first time I ever did a commentary video and I actually sat down and shared my opinions, from the very first video, people loved it. It got way more views than my other content did, and my channel just started kind of growing. Now, I wouldn't say I've grown rapidly or nothing like that. I think for me personally, I've grown at a pretty steady pace. I'm, you know, doing good for myself. I'm happy with it. I'm content with it. You know what I mean? So that's all that matters. I love this community over here, and my channel is growing on a daily basis, and I absolutely love it. For me, I think what it boils down to, because I say this all the time, I wish I had known at the beginning of it all that all I needed to do was just be myself and talk, and people would listen and want to listen. So, my best advice to anyone trying to grow their channel is just be yourself. Start off being yourself, start off doing what you want to do. Don't hold yourself back, because at the end of the day, people want to see they want to see authenticity. They want to see you being yourself. People can tell when you're not being real. You know what I'm saying? So I think it is important to just be true to yourself and do what makes you happy, and your people will find you. You know, they will find you. And my just like my people have found me. Okay, next one. Let's see. Where was I? Okay. Who is the most problematic creator right now in your opinion? This was such a good such a good question. So, and let me think. Problematic. Joesph Morris. I think he's pretty freaking problematic right now. I would say, in my personal opinion, he's one of the biggest problematic people on my list at the moment. But aside from Joesph Morris, another one would be Trisha Paytas. I think Trisha Paytas is extremely problematic. Um, and she doesn't hold herself accountable either. Of course, Without a Crystal Ball will always be on the top of the list when it comes to problematic content creators. Um, there's a lot out there, to be honest, but those are probably my top three for sure. For sure. It would be Without a Crystal Ball, and then a really close tie between Trisha Paytas would have to be second, just because she's been here so long doing the same thing, and the things that she's done is really bad and serious too. The things she lies about, and then Joesph Morris, but only because I'm not that educated on Joesph Morris. I know he's been here for 9 years. I don't know if he's been problematic the whole time or not. So I'm just going to say he comes in third, but he's still extremely problematic. Aw, Kelly, the least problematic person. Who is the least problematic? I like that question too. Least problematic. Kelly, you're so sweet. Thank you. I try to be. I try to be. I would probably have to say Kelly. Kelly's really not problematic. Me and her have a lot in common, and I love watching her content because I know over there it's just going to be a good time. You ain't got to worry about no drama. Sure, I love drama just like the next person, you know what I mean? But I feel like there's a time and a place. It doesn't have to be a constant thing amongst one another, you know. And it's good to be able to just have a chill chat with your community, you know. Um, just my opinion. So yeah, Kelly. Who else? I'm trying to think. Bigger content creators. Let's see. I watch so many people. Do you guys know Graveyard Girl? Does anyone even watch Graveyard Girl anymore? She does like reviews and unboxings on like weird gadgets and weird stuff from like the Wish app, and just weird toys, weird beauty tools that you can use. I love her content. I think it's just very entertaining and educational and super fun. And I think she's a very unproblematic content creator. I love watching her. She's been here forever, but she's so good at what she does. And I don't think people give her enough shout out and like, you know, talk about her enough, really. I know she's been here a long time, but still. I really like Graveyard Girl. Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, yeah, they're pretty problematic. They've definitely been in the problematic spotlight a few times for sure. Some of them they're both still in the problematic. They stay there. They live in the problematic spotlight. I think it should be by genre. Oop, see, There it went again. Brandon Ferris. Yes, Kimberly. Love him as well. And his girlfriend or fiance. I love her. Maria Gloriana, something like that. I watch her too. Brandon Ferris is the bomb though. Bomb.com. Derek, you're being so loud. I think it should be by genre. Drama, true crime, commentary, and so on. Did I miss something? I'm sure I did. Picky Eater Kelly is one of my top 5 YouTubers. Ah, she's definitely one of my favorites too. Like I said, I just like to go over there and have a good time and have a conversation because that's what you get over there. And I love watching content creators that can have respectful conversations and still share their opinions about things. Some people just can't do it, without getting all heated and dramified and all that. I really enjoy Kelly. We've had some great conversations. Like I said, we're very, very much alike in a lot of ways, and I feel like we can relate to one another in a lot of ways. So it makes for a good conversation. We're gonna have to get together and do a collab sometime, girl, for real, or a live stream something because I think it would be such a good time. Such a good time. Okay. I'm corny with a capital C. True helper. Okay. Now, let's see. How far did I get? Favorite person that I like to cover. Okay. Favorite person that I like to cover. So, this may surprise you guys, but for me personally, like personally speaking, the favorite person I like to cover, or at least have up until this time, is Gabby Hanna. And the reason why is because I feel like I look at things a little bit differently than others do. Now, all of my videos on Gabby Hanna always get disliked way more than they get liked because I don't just sit there and rag on her and rag on her. But I do enjoy covering Gabby Hanna and just the different things she's done throughout the years and kind of breaking it down and like my thoughts and opinions on it. Those are always some of my favorites. Of course, Without a Crystal Ball is a big portion of my content as well. But I do that more so for my viewers because I know a lot of you want to stay in the loop with her craziness. I do enjoy covering it, but it's just a different, I don't know, it's just different. I don't watch her content, you know what I'm saying? I'm not interested in her on that level. I really dislike her ways here on the internet. And some of the stuff can get really dark. So I would not say that she is my favorite to cover by no means. It's just so shocking, the stuff that she stays in, that it's like I have to cover it because every week it's something else. And I'll see it and my mouth will drop and say, oh my goodness, you just wait till I tell everybody. Wait till everybody hears this one. You know what I mean? Like that's truly how it is. And it does take up a lot of my content, but that's because she's constantly doing big things. I told myself I'm not going to talk about Without a Crystal Ball anymore unless it's big things. And she goes and gets in a class action lawsuit against 12 people, keeping me real busy, real busy when it comes to reporting on her. So yeah. But aside from Gabby Hanna, I've not really done any videos on her. She's kind of stayed out of the spotlight for the most part lately. Another one that I like to cover, I do like to cover the Tammy Slayton stuff. Those are some of my favorite videos just because you guys really seem to enjoy those as well. And once again, I think that I give a little bit of a different perspective. Like a lot of the videos I see are people either like degrading her or whatever. And I just don't really, I'm just not really into that. She needs to be held accountable for sure. And she doesn't hold herself accountable. I don't know. I just feel like everybody talks differently, I guess. LB, yeah, she isn't really problematic. She isn't. She's not. I give you that, Anik. I agree. But she gets the title not by me, by no means, but unfortunately, between the Katie Joy drama and all of that, a lot of people lump her in with all those problems. And so some people may view her as problematic. I don't. I love her content and I love everything about LB. If you've been here a minute, like I support the heck out of her. But Katie Joy has made her life a living hell in more ways than one. Let's just say that. But I do. I agree with you. LB is an amazing channel. Amazing, amazing channel. And stays grinding with the content. Um, okay, so I got a few more questions on here. And then I will see if there's any questions in the chat. So, or wait, maybe that's it. Is that all of them? Yeah, I think so. I think I got all of them. I probably missed some because it's front and back, but what's my favorite reality TV show? Hmm. I like Chrisley Knows Best. I do like Chrisley Knows Best. I used to watch Teen Mom like crazy. I still stay in the loop with it, but honestly, like that show has really plummeted, and that's another reason I don't cover it as often. I think the last video I did was like a couple of weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, on the stuff between Chris Lopez and Kel Lowry and all the craziness there. But people just don't seem to be as interested as they once were. People aren't watching it like they used to. I still try to stay in the loop with what's going on with all the girls. I know there's a lot of drama with this whole Teen Mom spinoff, this like therapy retreat. Let me know if you guys want me to report on that. If so, I will. The only reason I haven't is because, like I said, I just feel like the show itself has died off basically, and Teen Mom and MTV just refused to let it die. you know. But the spinoff I think has potential of being really good. Of course, I'm going to be covering that and letting you guys know what's going on with it because I'm going to be watching it myself. So hopefully it'll be good. I do think it was just a cash grab. I will say that. And I think that what they're doing with those girls is real shady and it's all for views. It's all to get them views up, all for the money. And that's truly all it is. It's not about therapy. It's not about, in my personal opinion, it's not about resolving issues. Um, it's all about the money, honey. I'm telling you, that's truly how I feel. But if you guys want me to do a video updating you guys, because I thought about it over last weekend, I thought about doing a video on it, and I kept going back and forth on will people even be interested in hearing about it, But yeah, so let me know because Janelle, I know they called Janelle in, and Janelle had like some preferences. There's a lot of different things going on there. So just let me know. But yeah, aside from that, I'm a reality TV junkie, y'all. I'm not going to lie. If I'm not watching YouTube, I'm watching reality TV. I am. That's my kind of drama. That's the kind of drama and the tea that I like. I don't like when it gets like real life, crazy, deep, dark, crazy stuff on the social media. That's insane to me. People who go real life on social media, I steer very, very clear of. Okay. So, oh, I don't pay MTV, but I'm not going to lie. I watched the bootleg show. Leah isn't having Amber talking bad about Christina. That's great, BTU. That's great. I catch it a lot of times on YouTube the next day whenever I was reporting on it, or there's another oh gosh, what's it called? There's another website you can use, Philo, and it's Philo always has it uploaded the same night or the very next day, and I'll do that too. I don't pay for it. I ain't gonna do all that. I'm not that invested. You know what I mean? I never heard of Todd before BX covered that Kitty Joy stuff. He seems hell bent on making an example of her, of which I don't blame him. He has a brand and his family to protect. I agree, True Helper. Um, I agree. And I think that this could be the justice that a lot of people have kind of been seeking for when it comes to Kitty Joy. I will see. I don't know if it'll do any good. I hope it does. But honestly, Katie, she's a stubborn one. She don't learn things too easily. She's got to go through, I don't know. I don't know what she's got to go through, to be honest. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it unfolds. I know she's gonna be hurting money wise. That I do know. Roddy Mom was so jealous of her hair. It just looks so silky smooth and healthy. Which Teen Mom was your which Teen Mom is my favorite? Um Janelle was my favorite. And I know she was like one of the most problematic ones. But there was something about Janelle when she was on the show that I just rooted for. I rooted for her. I wanted her to do good. And I wanted to see her do good. You know, it wasn't like that with Farrah. Farrah Abram, and though she was a really problem, I didn't like her. I never liked Farrah Abram. I thought she was just so snooty and stuck up. But there was something about Janelle when she was on the show. I watched solely for Janelle. I did. Um, but after she left the show, I would have to say my favorite depends on OG. You've got so many different, parts of it now. But I'm gonna kind of say, hmm, I'm thinking my favorite. Probably Leah. And I don't know if a lot of people say Leah, but probably Leah because I can kind of relate to her the most, I guess. And she's one of the less problematic ones. She's, a girl mom and she's just a mommy, a single mommy. And I don't know, there's something about her, Southern girl, just trying to make it. She's overcome her addiction. I don't know. There's just so many things about Leah that I can kind of resonate with. And I think that's why I kind of gravitate towards her. But Janelle was definitely my favorite prior to that. Okay. I feel like Katie is her own worst enemy in my opinion. She should leave well enough alone. She ain't never going to, True Helper. I don't know what it takes. I don't know what it takes. But yeah, I like LB, all those kids, and looking that good. Oh, I know. I tell her all the time. She looks so, so good. I don't like seriously. She has to be a robot. I agree. I agree, Kimberly. She says really good skincare and that she's just always, had pretty decent. She's beautiful. That's just that. There's not you don't know that many people that can have a herd of kids and not look like a wreck because let's just be honest, mom life is rough. It's rough. Okay. So, yeah, she's gorgeous. Beautiful. I love the hills and Laguna Beach. Does the hills still? Oh, that's right. Did they like revamp the hills or something? I've not seen it. But the old hills, loved it. Loved it. Laguna Beach, I watched it a few times, but the hills was my shiz. It was. Christina gets a bad rep. She is a sweetheart. Yeah, I agree. Who gives her a bad rep? Well, aside from baby mama, who gives her a bad rep? You hated Heidi on the show? I did too. the same thing. The Farrah Abram thing I was just telling you about, same thing. I felt the same way about Heidi. She just really irked me, y'all. She really did. The stuck up, I'm better than thou attitude. I don't like that. I don't like it at all. In the beginning, I rooted for KJ. I thought she was misunderstood, but nope, she is something else and has zero. Yeah, same thing, DTU. I know you've been here since close to the beginning of like my commentary and stuff, so you may remember I was in the same boat. When I first started talking about this situation was literally right at the very beginning, before the Tati Westbrook lawsuit was like really booming. And I gave so many excuses for Katie Joy. So many excuses. It's not even funny. And yeah, I don't know, you guys. She's just that one after a year basically of the same BS, and then the stuff I've learned in that year. It's been like, yeah, like 10 months now. No. I don't know. I have to look. 9 months, maybe 8, 9 months. But anyways, the point is, after all that time and no change, no growth, no nothing, even when I did speak and say, oh, I think she's learned and grown, no, she'll turn right around and contradict me, and do something stupid. And then all of her past stuff, and when I found out and got educated on the fact that she's been doing this for literal years, the same shit, it's like, no, man, that's when that has to be held accountable. And there's so many people out there that hold her accountable, but then there's so many that don't. And I don't know what it's going to take. Like, that's a question I've asked myself is, what will it take for her to like learn something and like change the way she does things? But honestly, I also don't know if she's capable of change. I've always said everyone's capable of change, but that's one that I don't know if she is. I think she's so set in her ways and set in the way that she does things, and very like political and very much that. I don't know if she will ever change, because in her eyes, there's not an issue, and you can't make her think there is one. It don't matter if she's in a class action lawsuit. It doesn't matter if thousands of people are online dislike her for her actions. It don't matter, in her eyes, she's perfectly fine. She's done nothing wrong. And that's the issue. So sadly, even though I don't want to see anyone deplatformed, I do think that it would take something to that extreme for her to really have no choice but to hold herself accountable and see like the damage she's done, because she cares a lot about that channel, y'all. And I think she put so much time into that. And I really do think it's going to have to take something that severe for her to really give a shit about the damage she's caused here on the platform. And just in general, the crap she has done to people is insane. Okay, yeah, she lacks self-awareness on another level. That ain't no joke. She really does. Okay, so that is all the questions. I hope I didn't miss any. No edges. Oh, God. Oh, okay. That's pretty much all the questions I have. I know it's getting late, you guys. I'm sorry, but I'm sorry for the technical difficulties. I probably won't keep this live stream up. I'm probably going to clip it like I did my last one, just because of the technical difficulties, and then like re-upload it. But some updates before I go, some just like personal stuff and the channel. So personal, I don't know if like this, usually I try to put out at least 2 to 3 videos a week. This week I've not put anything out. And the reason why is because last week I have a lot of stuff I'm working on behind the scenes, but last week, I think it was Tuesday or Thursday, something like that, I went, like, my toe started hurting on my left side. And I looked and looked, and I didn't really see anything. My husband came home and he looked because it was really painful. And he looked and he noticed that there was like a little cut. You know how you can get a cut on the back, like on the back of your toe? Sometimes it can crack in the crease. So that's all it was. It was just like a little crease crack. I don't know, a toe crease crack. I've had them 1,000 times. Nothing serious, nothing crazy, but it was painful. And so we put alcohol on it. It didn't stink or anything like that, but I do walk around barefooted a lot. And I think that that's why it happens, because I do walk around barefooted. Anyways, I go to bed that night and I wake up the next morning and my left foot is swollen, you guys. I mean, swollen and so painful. And, I'm stubborn. I'm not going to lie. So I was hobbling around that whole day. My husband and me looked again, didn't see anything, just that little tiny little crease cut. That was it. But it was so bad. And I told my husband, I was like, if it gets any worse, I'm going to have to go get it checked out. And he's like, yeah, for sure. You got to, because at this point I couldn't wiggle my toes. I couldn't bend my toes. I couldn't feel my toes. All I felt was excruciating pain. So I propped it up that night, went to bed, woke up the next morning. Okay, so this was in a 3-day span, less than 3 days. It was less than 72 hours. Woke up again, and this time my leg's swollen all the way up to my knee. My leg's red. I can't hardly walk on it. And me and my husband look, and right on the toe that I told you guys about, right on the toe that had the little cut, on the side of it was this spot that was not there the night before, even when I went to bed. That's the weirdest part about it. It just like popped up overnight. It's the craziest thing. But it was like a dark purple black, like it was starting to turn black. And I was like, oh my God, no, 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 no. I done got bit by a spider. First thing that hit my head, this is a spider bite. I'm freaking out, truly freaking out, because I've thought I'm going to lose my toe. I'm done for, I'm dramatic, but for real, it was bad. It was very painful. I couldn't walk on it at all. I was like hobbling around, hopping on one foot. And I get to the urgent care and I tell them what's going on. They see me. Come to find out, first they freaked me out. First they really freaked me out because they was like, ask me if I was diabetic and stuff. And I'm like, no, I'm not diabetic. I go to the doctor regularly and da-da-da. They did some tests just to make sure there was no underlying issues or nothing serious going on. And so while I was waiting for that to come back, my anxiety was like in overdrive, and I'm sitting there thinking the worst, and come to find out it was something called cellulitis. And I don't know if you've ever heard of it. I'd never heard of it. Well, I'd heard of it, but I'd never had it before. And doctor basically told me that he couldn't tell me what caused it. It could have literally been anything from just some dirt getting in that little cut to a hair follicle. It could have been anything. But he put me on a high-powered antibiotic and put me on bed rest for like this whole week. And I didn't listen. I haven't listened, but I have been taking the antibiotic. I've not done much content though. That's the only thing that sucks when it comes to being able to make the content and get it uploaded for you guys. And I've been wanting to live stream all week, and it's just been one thing after another. But it is slowly getting better. It's a lot better now. It's still there. The infection is still there. I've been taking it for like 5 days. I think today's day number 5. I got to take it for like 2 or 3 more days, but it is kicking in. I may have to go back though, because it's not completely like it's still there. It's not getting worse. It is getting better. I can walk on my foot now. But it is still painful, and there is still infection, like we can see whenever we look at it. So if the next few days it's not like completely cleared up, I'll go back. I know that may be TMI, but I just wanted to let you guys know why I've not got that many videos out this week. Another reason why is because my next few videos are going to be longer videos, longer formatted videos. Like for me anyways, I'm thinking 25, 30 minutes long. I do have a few things already ready to go and that I've been trying to edit and things. So that's why I'm going to try to have my Amberlynn video up before the weekend's up. And I'm also going to try to do a speed running report video because I know not everybody likes the deep dives and all that. So I try to give you guys a variety. I do. I'm going to try to get both of those up before the weekend's up. I also have a collab tomorrow with for the podcast. So that's why there's been a little bit of delay there, because I was initially going to get it up on my daughter's birthday last week. And it was just going to be, me introducing the podcast. And then me and a friend that I met here on YouTube had this brilliant idea, and I changed my mind at the last minute, and we decided to do something completely different. And then this happened with my toe, and then it was my daughter's birthday. So it's just been a lot. You catch my drift? You see what I'm saying? But so yeah, that happened. I also have bronchitis at the moment, so that's lovely and real fun. It's just been a mess, but I'm not complaining. I'm not complaining. I'm just letting you guys know where I've been and why I've not been more present. I have kicked myself every day. Every day I've gotten up and said, today I'm going to do content. Today I'm going to do content. And I don't know, you guys, it's just like anything else. When you feel bad, you just don't want to do anything. And I mean, of course, I don't have the option to just lay around all day. No matter what, I have to do stuff, But yeah, it's just, I have 3 kids, so I can't just do nothing. But I'm just so exhausted by the time I get them all in the bed, and I've just not done anything. But content is coming. I promise you guys, content is coming. And we'll be back to a regular schedule in literally no time. That was one of the biggest reasons I wanted to go live tonight. And then I wanted to talk to you guys about the Joesph Morris guy because, he's been really getting under my skin here lately. He truly has. Let's see what chat said. Diane. Hey, Diane. I'm so glad you could make it. Right before I got off, too. Girl, I'm sorry. Cellulitis is painful and dangerous. He put you on bed rest for a reason. Nurse here. Don't make me give you the big speech. I know. And I've been trying to stick to it for the most part. As much as I can, anyways. I have a baby day in and day out. And then, of course, my 2 older kids when they're not at school, plus a husband that acts like a child half the time. So it's, but I've been trying to stay easy. I keep it covered. Like half the week, I've been walking around with one sock on, or, like one sock on this foot, not on the other foot, just to keep it like covered up and stuff. But it is getting better. I just expected the antibiotic to kind of kick it out quicker, I guess you could say. But we're getting there. And I have soaked it in Epsom salt too, Kelly. That's a big one. Diane, another thing I will say about the cellulitis thing is I didn't realize how dangerous it was until recently. I was looking into it, and if left untreated, it's really freaking dangerous, guys. So I'm really glad I went and got it checked out, and I'm keeping an eye on it because that's scary stuff. And I mean, he told me it could happen to anybody, but yeah, it was super duper scary. I remind you of your younger sister, Roddy Mom? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Or are you talking about Diane? I'm going to send you a link about using honey on wounds. Yes, please do. Please, please, please do. That would be awesome. I'm all about like homeopathic things. Okay. Diane says, I know, I understand, but if your tail gets out in the hospital, your kids and hubby won't be there with you. Please watch your temperature. You can die. Not to be dramatic, but it can. Wow. Thanks for letting me know. I'm hoping that I caught it in time. And the antibiotic seems to be working. Like I don't have the swelling in my leg anymore. It doesn't hurt my leg, which is such a good thing. And most of the infection is gone, but right where the slit is still a little swollen and it is still a little painful, but it's just the toe now, which I can manage that instead of it being literally everything, you know? Um, but yeah, it's scary stuff. Yeah, they do. I keep tweezers in my pocket. I don't know any short-haired pup owners that hasn't had the same issues. Keep it clean, woman. Best believe I will fly out there and nurse that foot for you, Wildflower. You were like my little sis. Aw, thank you, Roddy Mom. I appreciate that. I really, really do. No, no, not on cellulitis. What, the Epsom salt? Is that what you're saying? Not on cellulitis, Diane? My biggest issue is I get dog hair everywhere. Oh, hold on. See? You're good now because I'm on and okay. That dot comment was saying you didn't know was okay. Whew. Okay. They got me on a pretty high power and I gotta take it 3 days. 3 days. 3 days. I still said 3 days. 3 times a day. But yeah, I've heard it can be really dangerous, and I'm glad I didn't wait any longer than I did. I really, really am. But even still, like taking the antibiotic 3 times a day, usually whatever's going on, it'll clear up pretty quick. But this has took a minute. This has took a minute to really clear up. Okay. You're good now because of antibiotics. Okay. My biggest issue is I get dog hair everywhere. Oh, y'all are talking about your dogs. Okay. Cellulitis landed my friend in the hospital for a month and a half. Jennifer, are you serious? Oh my gosh. So don't put honey on it, Diane? I hate to hear that, Jennifer. Like, that stuff scares me so bad. My anxiety is already real bad, so I don't mess around. If I don't feel good or something's going on, I'm not gonna wait and wait and wait. I am a little stubborn because I don't want to go, but also because of my anxiety. Even when it is something small, I'll tell myself it's something massive, and so I'll end up going pretty quick. Um, but with this, it was like definitely, it was a crazy situation because literally the day before, less than 24 hours before, there was nothing there. Like we couldn't figure out why it hurt so bad, why it was so painful, because there was literally just an itty bitty, not even an inch wide little cut, you know? And so that was really mind boggling. And that's why I thought automatically spider bite. But the doctor said, nope, it's cellulitis. So I'm still recovering from it, but I'm feeling better and better every day. And that's what matters. So, yeah. Honey, okay. Not with cellulitis, but other cuts, it's a lifesaver. He also has diabetes, so he heals slower. See, and that's what scared me too. But I'm not. He told me my oh my gosh, I'm not a doctor, but he told me I wasn't diabetic, and I go, like I said, I go regularly. But when he first said it, it did freak me out because not just about the diabetes thing, but he asked me if I had issues like with my breathing and things, which I kind of have, but I have for a while, and I do have anxiety and stuff too. A lot of it's been chalked up to that. But when he first said it, it freaked me out really bad. Um, I know some of you guys know, I'm not going to go through my whole health record, but I have health issues. I do. And I have some issues with my liver and different things that I'm getting treated now. And I think all of it kind of goes into play with everything. And it's that saying, one thing goes wrong, or you're not, if one thing's not healthy, it does really affect everything. And your liver is a big part. It's like 60% or something like that of your organs. Um, and right now, I do have some issues with my liver. Nothing super severe, but I am having some issues. So that knocks off a lot of things because it keeps your insulin in check, and it keeps your metabolism in check. It just different things like that. So when he started saying something about being diabetic, I freaked out. But I'm not for now, and I'm not planning on being. I'm on a very strict diet. I've lost like 12 pounds. The goal was 20 pounds, is what my doctor wanted me to lose, was 20 pounds, and which is super feasible. And I've already lost a lot of it. And that's just by changing small things like, you know, cutting down on my caffeine, drinking plenty of water, eating healthier, exercising. And some days, even with this like pain and stuff, like today, I did some leg squats and some jumping jacks. And, I didn't go overboard, but I did do some stuff. And I try to do that. And I try to hold myself accountable every day. It's hard some days, but I do try, and it's paying off, and I'm feeling a lot better because of it. But yeah, let me see what I missed real quick. And then I'm probably going to hop off, you guys, because it's almost 1 o'clock. I appreciate you guys so much. On my end, hold on. Anytime I get bit or cut and it's infected, I will take a marker and outline it. See, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing. But see, the way that this happened, Kimberly, is it wasn't like a regular infection. It literally just like my foot wasn't red, it wasn't hot with infection or nothing. It was just swollen. The only thing that was hot was my toe. And the same thing with my leg. It wasn't hot. I think I caught it before it got like bad. You know what I mean? I think I caught it right at the beginning, which thank goodness. Thank goodness for. The anxiety is the worst. It is. It's so bad. I hate anxiety. Coconut oil is decent for cellulitis. It's not a cure, but can ease the pain and help it from not reoccurring. Is it something that reoccurs? True Helper also suggests a liver detox. I'm on milk thistle, which is like a herbal supplement for liver functions. I go to the doctor very soon on the 5th of October, and they're going to get me on some stuff too. So that's good. Yes, health issues can blow anxiety out of the water. Amen, Diane. I'm so glad you said that because it's so true. And they do go hand in hand a lot of times. I never had anxiety a day in my life until I started having some, very mild health issues. And then it just came out of nowhere, and it's been relentless since. I literally had my first anxiety attack at like 24. No joke. So I totally agree with that statement. And then when you don't know what's going on with your body, how can you not be anxious about that? I'm starting to get answers now, and it makes me so happy to just know what's going on with my body and why it's going on. It just makes a huge difference when you have answers. Sadly, a lot of I've been fighting whatever, all this stuff for 3 years, and I'm just now starting to get answers and seeing specialists that are doing what should have been done from the beginning. And it's hard to find a good doctor anymore. Or not just maybe that's lack of a better term. not getting down on doctors, but it's hard to find a doctor that cares enough to really look into your history and do the tests that need to be done, and look at you as a person and not just a number. And thankfully, I'm there now and seeing a dietitian and seeing, a gastro specialist and a family doctor. Like, I'm set now. We're good. This cellulitis thing just came out of literally nowhere, literally left field. And maybe it has something to do with my liver because, I don't know. I mean, they didn't say that. He said it could have literally been a piece of dirt or something, a hair follicle. It could have been anything, he said. So I don't know. But anyways, guys, it is almost 1 o'clock here. So I am going to go ahead and let you guys go. I really appreciate y'all sticking it out with me tonight. I've missed you all so much, and just talking with you. I could sit here and talk until I fell asleep. Just because I've missed you guys so much. It's been too long. But I hope you're all having an amazing night / early morning / whatever time it is where you are. And stay tuned because some really awesome fun stuff's about to happen. And I can't wait to hear your response on everything. I do appreciate y'all. I hope everyone sleeps good. And I will talk to y'all soon. Mwah! Bye.